So for those of you who've never picked up a comic book, I have a spoiler alert for you. Most origins for heroes and villains use the same story elements. Doesn't make them any less cool or fun, and Blue Beetle is the perfect example of that. Let's get into it. Hey movie fans, I'm Matt, and today we're discussing DC Comics Blue Beetle starring Xolo Mariduena. In this film, an alien scarab chooses college graduate Jaime Reyes to be his symbiotic host. Jaime is then bestowed with a suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero known as Blue Beetle. And now I'm sure you're asking yourself, who the hell is Blue Beetle? Why does he sound like Venom or Iron Man? Where's Batman in all of this? Before you ask me any more questions, let's just get right into this. An interesting tidbit about Blue Beetle is its journey to the big screen. This film was originally slated for HBO Max, or Max now, or whatever you want to call it. But when executives saw the potential in it, they made the move to the big screen, and I'm genuinely glad they did. Some films deserve that cinematic experience, and Blue Beetle is definitely one of them. Alright, kicking off the things I liked about the movie, I have to start with the family dynamic in this movie. It's easily the standout element. In fact, I'd say it even gives Dominic Toretto and his Fast and the Furious family a run for its money. But being a family of Latin descent, the film beautifully weaves the bonds of family into the superhero narrative, and it easily adds a lot of depth and emotional resonance to the story. You will fall in love with every member of the family, and to be honest, it's pretty dang on the money for its portrayal. But easily the heart of the family and the film itself is Xolo Mariduena, who plays Jaime Reyes. And if you followed his career for a minute, you probably recognize him as Miguel from Cobra Kai. Sidebar, I love Cobra Kai. In Blue Beetle, Mariduena steps into the role of Jaime Reyes with such ease and embraces the character's complexities without any issue. And I know as film fans, we like to say that X actor was born to play X role, but I can't help and say that Xolo Mariduena feels like he was born to play Jaime Reyes. He's great in this movie, and his performance adds a layer of authenticity to the superhero role. I can't gush over him enough. He's really great in this movie. And then there's George Lopez, who plays the eccentric uncle. Look, I'm not a fan of George Lopez, but I can't help but deny that he brings a certain charm to the character. It is hilarious, though, watching him deliver lines about family and unity, when in reality, he hasn't always supported fellow Latino comedians. But that's a discussion for another day. In the context of the film, he nails the role. Now, because it's a superhero film, another aspect that we have to talk about is the CGI. Just a few short months ago, DC Comics had another film out that had truly awful CGI. The Flash. Excuse me. Luckily for us, Blue Beetle brings top-notch visuals. The CGI work is a significant step up from The Flash, and how I know it's great is that the folks who did see it, no one's complaining about it. So great job to everyone involved with that. I think most importantly, Blue Beetle knows what it is, and it truly shines in being that. It's not trying to be something it's not. It's goofy, it's fun, it's heartfelt, it's emotional. It's a film that doesn't take itself too seriously, and sometimes that's exactly what we need in the superhero genre. And even with saying that though, the film follows a somewhat predictable path, but here's the thing, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Blue Beetle understands the superhero origin story playbook, and rather than reinvent it, it plays it safe. And ultimately, that could be the smart move, especially in a genre where deviation can lead to mixed results. And look, I love these movies dearly, but clearly I'm talking about films like Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman. It's funny though how film fans will chastise a different take on a superhero film and call it trash. Or if a film plays it safe and boring, it doesn't take any chances. What do you guys want? Ultimately, what I'm saying is I think this is a film that played it correctly. Also, as you watch Blue Beetle, you may get that sense of deja vu from certain MCU films like Iron Man or Iron Man 2, maybe a sprinkle of Ant-Man. And as I started this review, this isn't uncommon in the world of comic book adaptations. Some superhero origins share common elements, and Blue Beetle acknowledges that. It doesn't try to hide it. It's trying to give us a fun superhero film and also give us something different, like giving us the first Latino DC Comics character on screen. Look, I fully embrace Blue Beetle for what it was. It brings us a promising new hero in Xolo Mariduena as Jaime Reyes, and I really do hope we see him again. And his family. That family is something else. So, should you catch Blue Beetle in theaters? Absolutely. This is the type of film that reminds us why we love superhero stories in the first place. And on a personal level, I grew up reading comics, so for me, I'm still living in the golden age of comic book movies because I cannot believe that these things are coming to the big screen. So this is a movie you should go see and you should support. As always, I encourage you to watch the film and form your own opinion though. Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments below and have your voices heard. Also, if you enjoyed this review, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to get a new movie review from me every week. Next week is a film I have no idea what to expect as Gran Turismo comes racing into theaters. There's a lot of things on the surface I like about this movie. Neil Blomkamp, who directed District 9, is directing this. The film has Legolas, Orlando Bloom, and David Harbour, who plays the sheriff in Stranger Things. It's a PlayStation movie about racing. That's all great stuff on the surface, so we'll see how it turns out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys at the theaters next week.